All right, greetings, brothers and sisters. Tonight is June 25th, 2003. I am Brother John, President of UNIA-ACL Division 421. I want to welcome you to our second mass meeting for the month of June in this year, 2023. What's wrong with my presentation? Second. To the pledge. We'll go into the pledge. Give me 1 second. Bring it up. Okay, paste it up all thing. So, as we all should know, we officially like to start out our meetings with the pledge to the UNIA-ACL flag per official government procedure. So if you would, please come off mute and say along with me, here's to UNIA flag. I commit my body,
I commit my body, mind, and spirit
Dr.
protection, defense, and security.
Hold on, y'all. Dr. Shams, you got echo again. I need you to turn your volume down.
Okay. All right. Okay, is that better?
Test. I can still hear it.
You still hear it?
Test. Yes, I do.
Well, I don't know what's going on. Might not be me.
All right. Thank you. If everyone would, please say the pledge to the UNIA flag with me. I commit my body, spirit to the protection and security of the red, black, and green. I dedicate my life to the redemption of Mother Africa and the liberation for scattered black children. I accept myself and my descendants the teachings of universal African nationalism. And I promise that our children will be instilled with the purpose and knowledge of themselves as African people. In order that the cause of our struggle will neither alter nor fail until all black people are reunited through one God, one aim, and one destiny. Race first, family. Okay. Greetings, Sister Tania.
Greetings.
So we just did our pledge. Let me do a brief roll call. Sister Tania, will you be able to do the ground rules?
Yes.
Thank you. I'll do the roll call really quick. We have myself, Brother John, President. We have our first Vice President, Brother Omasius. We have our First Lady Vice President, Sister Rod Ebony. We have our secretary, one of our secretaries, Brother Art. We have our second Vice President, Brother Kinwardo. We have one of our newer members, Sister Diane. We have one of our elder members, Brother Ormond, Sister Adaku, Brother Maurice, elder member, Dr. Shams, Legal Defense Committee Coordinator, Attorney Imhotep, and second Lady Vice President, Sister Tania, which gives us a total of 12 on the call tonight. Was there anyone that I missed? Okay. Sister Tania, if you want to go through ground rules and then I'll do preamble.
Okay. The meeting is broken into two halves. The first half, we focus on a topic on the organization. The second half is member share. We asked that during member share, you only take 3 to 4 minutes so that everyone can have a chance to share. You can still request to do the presentations. I know we haven't had one in a while, but we the UNIA meetings are every second and fourth Sunday. And then we had the CBPM just on the first Sunday. So if anybody have something that takes a little bit longer than the 3 and 4 minutes, you can request to do a presentation. Just contact President John myself. To ensure we can hear our speakers, keep your phone on mute. When you're not speaking, have a pen and paper available to take member contact information down. There will be people on the call with different ideas, religions, and opinions than your own. It's okay to disagree, but let's not become disrespectful and nasty. Ladies, do not give out your personal number during a call, and do not use the N-word, and be mindful of overusage of other curse words. All right, I'm gonna pass it.
Thank you, Second Lady Vice President. So those are our ground rules. We did roll call, we did pledge, and one more introductory portion of the meeting is our preamble. So wanted to, as an introduction, read the preamble of the UNIA-ACL Constitution. The Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League is a social, friendly, humanitarian, charitable, educational, institutional, constructive, and expansive society, and is founded by persons desiring to the utmost to work for the general uplift of the Negro peoples of the world. And the members pledge themselves to do all in their power to conserve the rights of their noble race and to protect the rights and to respect the rights of all mankind, believing always in the brotherhood of man and the fatherhood of God. The motto of the organization is one God, one aim, one destiny. Therefore, let justice be done to all mankind, realizing that if the strong oppresses the weak, confusion and discontent will ever mark the path of man, but with love, faith, and charity towards all, the reign of peace and plenty will be heralded into the world, and the generations of men shall be called blessed. Okay. So the focus for tonight is our election. One of our trying to make our meetings more formal. We should be discussing the minutes from the previous meeting, and the minutes that I have are it's a couple things that we talked about 2 weeks ago. We focused primarily on election preparation. So the members that were on had the opportunity to reaffirm their position, or if they desire to step down or step aside, they had that opportunity as well. I think we read a little bit of the officer responsibilities. But were there any questions on election preparation or the election that we're doing tonight? Any questions, comments, concerns? Okay. Another thing that we talked about was business programs. Brother Macis, if you wanted to give an update on what we had talked about from a business meeting standpoint, just briefly, if you got, a 3 to 5 minute, what we're focusing on from a business perspective.
Greetings, family. Definitely happy to share with you all. Race first, everybody. Happy everybody's here. Just briefly, we're focused on a few things, but most importantly, we discussed the African Communities League, being able to bring that back into existence and actually operating and never left. It's a part of our organization where Garvey set us up to have two. One part, the UNIA focused on the social welfare of our people, and the ACL focused on the business and investments. So we definitely are focused on that, and reaching out to other businesses to be able to support those other businesses within our community, getting everybody into a database, and getting those businesses to support the ACL as well. And of course, the ACL being able to support our membership. It's pretty much, I won't go into too much detail. I'll just, but we are definitely focused on being able to grow our economic base for our organization.
Yes, sir. Thank you, First Vice President. Any questions from anyone? We will be having regular standing business meetings every 2 weeks. We didn't have one this week. We'll have one this coming week, but we didn't have one last week. But any questions on our business coordinator office?
Raise first.
Race first.
Dr. Chair.
Yes, I put together what I call a really good fundraiser, or a few fundraisers on my website. I posted it in the chat as well. Raise first.
Race first. Thank you, Dr. Shams. We'll look into that and see if there's anything that we can do to partner. Any other questions on business? Okay, moving on. We also discussed or touched on some of the things that we've been talking about from a youth program perspective. I was expecting Brother James. I don't think he's on right now. So waiting for an update from Brother James on that. Have a couple ideas in the air, but we need some solid commitment, some capable, available individuals that can manage it and organize any programs that we're doing, but no update as of right now for youth programs. Next thing was African Legion. Our commander doesn't seem to be here either, Bob James. He should be providing an update on African Legion. One thing that I can say from a parent body perspective, there's a big focus on uniforms or getting uniformed. So we're talking about what the uniform should look like and how much it'll be. But per the Constitution, all men ages 18 to 55 are considered members of the Universal African Legion. We should be able and willing to step up and do what is necessary for our community and for our government. So those individuals that fit within those age brackets, we should be in contact with our local commander and being aware of what the focus is, what the priorities are from the standpoint of African Legion. But again, I'll let Baba James, our current commander, handle that at his availability. Any questions on African Legion or youth programs? Okay. Next two, just a couple other things. So UNIA orientation course is still ongoing. We had another orientation last night. The invitations to that, if you have gotten any of the links, all the previous links still work. I've only sent that out to our current officers. We need to, that's the importance of election and getting individuals staffed. We need our corresponding secretary. We have to get that office up and running and make sure the information that we're sending out is correct, and the emails, basically, that will be our primary form of communication for those meetings, making sure that information is updated. So after this election, I expect that to start going out to our normal members. So, but we still are doing parent body orientation. I was looking at trying to do an orientation for us locally in July. One of our sacred days throughout the year is July 20th. That marks the founding of the UNIA by Marcus Garvey and Amy Ashwood Garvey in Kingston, Jamaica, 1914. Last year, around that time on the Saturday of that week, we did an orientation, and I was thinking of doing another one this year and using that time as an annual orientation for local, but that would be separate from national. But not sure if we're gonna be able to do that. We got to get Garvey Day stuff planned out and laid out before we try to do. I don't want to focus on July and then miss August. But orientation is ongoing. That's all I really got for orientation. Juneteenth.
What's the link to the orientation?
Go ahead, brother Art.
What's the link to the orientation? Raise first, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. 1 second. Okay. What's still shit? Oh, yeah. Give me 1 second. Going through some emails.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, Art, I don't think I sent it to you. I gotta, but I gotta fix that tonight. I'm gonna forward you the latest one that they did last night.
Okay.
Sankofa 97, right?
Yeah.
I just sent it out. So every Saturday at 8 p.m. they've been holding orientation. Any other questions on orientation?
No, that was it. I just need the link.
I understand. Thank you, brother Art.
Thank you. Asante Sana.
Okay. Another thing that we talked about last week was preparation for Juneteenth. We did participate in Juneteenth in Atlanta. Juneteenth Atlanta is a long weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I think 18th, 19th, and 20th. They had the parade on the 19th. We led the parade. We made sure that the red, black, and green, the UNIA flags were out. I think we had, let me see, about 12 to 15 brothers, including some youth, leading the parade, which was a good representation. We didn't have a table at the Juneteenth festival this year, but we were able to still hand out some of our brochures, but I don't have any pictures or anything from that. I may have some for the next meeting, but we were there. We did participate. Great event, great energy, good to work with our people, mingle with our people, and continue to organize. But any questions on Juneteenth? Okay, no questions. And last thing was feeding program. Brother Kenwado, I know you are here. If you would, I'm gonna I got a couple pictures from that, but if you wanted to give an update on feeding program that took place yesterday, and if you guys were able to meet today.
Yeah, we didn't meet today, but our next meeting is gonna be July 16th will be our next community feed.
July 16th.
Yes, sir.
Man, where did that? I thought I had two pictures. I didn't take the other picture. Well, yeah, I don't have any pictures prepared to share. But will it be at the same location?
Yes, same location, Wood Park,
Okay.
same time,
How you doing?
11 p.m.
So Brother Camardo, as part of our community outreach, has been helping us make sure we continue to support charity programs. He's working with a nonprofit company or organization, My Confident Woman, and they've been having feeding programs at Woodruff Park. So we went out there yesterday to provide some support and some security and presence, red, black, and green flag, obviously. But this has been helpful for us to continue our outreach in the community. There'll be other programs coming along, but I want to thank Brother Camardo for leading these charity events. And again, as I said, giving us an opportunity to represent the UNIA in a charitable fashion. Any questions on the meeting minutes from previous meeting or anything that I went over? Okay, no questions. All right, so as to why we are here primarily tonight, the big focus or the big takeaway that we want to have tonight is an understanding of individuals that desire to have a position of leadership in our local UNIA. The main thing, well, one of the main things with this is we are the representing body for our jurisdiction. So when it comes to what the UNIA knows about Atlanta or what help Atlanta needs from the UNIA, that is determined by this group of individuals, our leadership. We are the correspondents and the representatives of our jurisdiction. That's one thing. Second thing is, I'm trying to word this correctly, but basically you become part of the deciding body as to how we allocate funds. One of the main things in regards to the UNIA, or one of the main powers in regards to the UNIA and being a chartered body of the UNIA, it gives us permission, constitutional and legal permission to request funds from our people. And those funds would be active membership dues from Africans within our jurisdiction. So this body is the body that determines what happens with those funds. So any questions on the officers or positions of our executive body before we discuss the potential candidates? Okay. All right. It should be a smooth, hopefully a smooth meeting. So I guess we'll start from the top and work our way down. Brother Macy's, you don't have a electronic form prepared tonight, do you?
No, I do not, President John.
No, you fine. I didn't expect it. We've been busy. We haven't been as prepared as we'd like to be, but we're very active. So I'll take activity over preparation for now. I'd rather be active and unprepared than prepared and not active. So like I said, we'll start from the top. President, was there anyone that wishes to serve in the position of president for Division 421? Anyone challenging our current president? And I don't mean that in an arrogant way or anything like that, but is there anyone that desires to be in that position? Wow. Okay. All right.
What position was that again?
President.
Oh.
And it's for our brothers, obviously, because this is the male president. So no one, are y'all, I mean, what's the opinion? Y'all just, y'all deferring to me Is that why no one's speaking up or stepping up?
Yes, we're deferring to you, Brother John.
Yes, President.
Okay, all right, I appreciate that. It's not a, but this ain't a for life thing. So we'll talk about that. Lady President, any individuals that desire to hold the position of Lady President, any sisters?
I'm running for Lady President.
There we
Sister
go.
Rye Ebony.
Thank you, Sister Rye Ebony. Anyone else? So these, I mean, this is how the election is gonna go right now. If there aren't any contentions or, multiple individuals that want to hold a position, we'll just assign those that, those that step up for the position will get the positions. Anyone, well, treasurer, I already talked to Ross Marmon about that. So hold that. Anyone wish to step up for executive secretary? Executive secretary is our head secretary, so they're in charge of, well, not in charge, but responsible for recording secretary, corresponding secretary, and financial secretary. No one for executive
Is there
secretary.
training for that?
I mean, it's a training for everything. Good question. But yeah, officially, all positions are in training until otherwise conferred.
Is it local?
Is what local?
The position? Do you have to be in Atlanta?
I would say yes. I mean, officially, the answer is no, but let me just take a step back. The executive secretary has to be or confirmed by the president general. And I don't expect the president general to confirm an executive secretary that is outside of the city or the state, for that matter.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. Okay, I gotta run upstairs, but 1 second, I gotta help my wife. Okay, I'm back, sorry. We'll come back to executive secretary. If there's no one local, but Brother Art, I do hear your commitment. Okay, keeping going, first vice president, our first male vice president, currently held by Brother Omasius. Brother Omasius, were you planning to continue?
Yes.
Is there anyone else that wanted to challenge Brother Omasius' position? No? Okay. Brother Macy, I spelled your name right? No, I didn't.
Yes.
Oh, I did? All right. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's correct.
Got you. All right. So we're making some progress. No contention thus far, correct? we are recording this. We did do a roll call. This is an official process. So these individuals, this what we're doing now will stand for a year unless the parent body disagrees with what we're doing. But any disagreements thus far? Okay, second vice president, currently held by Brother Kimwardo. Brother Kimwardo, did you plan to continue?
Yes, yes.
Anyone wish to challenge Brother Kimwardo for second vice president? No challenge. Okay. Going once, going twice. Okay. Moving on. Third male vice president, currently held by Brother Cornelius. Brother Cornelius is not here to reaffirm his position. Is there anyone that would like to step up for the role of third vice president? Third vice president. All right, one second, I gotta say my wife get ready to go. Give me a second. All right. All right. Sorry about that interruption. So we have our male president and male vice presidents. Any questions or concerns before I continue? Okay, moving on to our first lady vice president, currently held by Sister Tania. Sister Tania, what are your thoughts on your position?
I'll continue unless somebody else want it. Somebody want it, you can have it. You don't have to challenge.
Anyone, is there anyone here that wishes to step up to the position of First Lady Vice President? Okay, Sister Tania, we're going this year. I feel it. Sister Ra Ebony, you know, has been adamant about, and so Mama Amina has as well, getting our sisters on board. So I got a feeling this year will be the year where we get some more sisters. Anyone for race first? Thank you. Anyone for the position of second lady vice president? No second lady vice president. Okay. Third lady vice president, currently an open position. Okay. Business coordinator, currently held by Brother Omasius. Brother Omasius, were you going to continue in the business coordinator position?
Yes.
Anyone challenging Brother Omasius for business coordinator? Okay. Keep moving. Our education coordinator. open office as of right now. I've kind of been holding that as a default. Thank you, Brother Conwardo, for the pictures. I will try to share these before the
Yes,
meeting.
sir.
Education coordinator. Okay.
Oh, we're done.
Sister Diane, you said something?
I was trying to remember the responsibility of some of of that role.
Oh, excellent question. See, I mean, all you gotta do is speak up. We've got, I can go to that information. Where did I put that? It's in here, actually. Okay, yeah. Maybe I should get the let me get the actual bylaws. This is like a summary, but rather than pull directly from the bylaws. Executive body. The body. Yeah. Office of Education. Great question though, because most people will have assumptions about what the education coordinator does, and they can have false assumptions. According to our bylaws, and our bylaws are pulled from the UNIA-ACL Constitution primarily. The Office of Education is responsible to prepare an education sheet on Independence Day. Marcus Garvey, Dr. Julius Nyerere, and other great African leaders for our people. Education Office notifies the members of Division 421 by email, phone call, or text of Race First study group sessions. We had been holding our study groups on Tuesday, but depending on the availability of the education coordinator, that could change, and the availability of our executive officers, that could change. Education Office is responsible to create a brochure for Division 421 Education Department. All of our offices are responsible for creating a brochure for their department. Education Office makes a schedule for study group sessions based on the 90-day training requirements for all Division 421 members. So education coordinator is one of our leads when it comes to orientation and training and development, and getting members up to speed as far as what they should know and what they should be doing. Education Office organizes education folder and files. So just keep a record of our education information programs, brochures, presentations, anything like that, training manuals. They would keep a file of that. Education Office creates an education awareness campaign around the city of Atlanta, just basically promoting, which all the offices do. Education Office plans topics for study sessions. Education Office is responsible for leading division members through the UNIA-ACL 90-day orientation for new and current members. The Education Office is responsible for hosting divisions study group for all executive members, division members, and the African community by conference call on the third and fifth Sunday of each month. That schedule will change. It's not a lot of fifth Sundays, so that'll change, but the responsibilities will be consistent. And the education office gets in touch with UNIA-ACL Minister of Education, who is our Minister of Education? It is Brother Oster Brian, I believe, in New York. In essence, as I said, the education officer is responsible for all of our training and education material, meetings and schedule, and communication with our Minister of Education. Very important role. What we don't want, and what I've done in the past, is I'll bring individuals in and ask them to hold that position, but they want to do it based on what they feel is important education. And it doesn't necessarily go in line with UNIA-ACL orientation. Sister Diane, does that answer your question?
It did. So it has to coincide with a certain structure that's already in place, basically.
Yes, to an extent. There is some extra, additional opportunities. However, the foundation should be in line with our parent body. One of Garvey's greatest quotes: "The greatest weapon used against our people is disorganization." So we want to make sure that as local division 421 of the UNIA, we are in cohesion with our parent body. We don't want the parent body teaching, that, let me try to think of something that made. Yeah, we don't want the parent body teaching something about Garvey that we're not consistent with, or something about the UNIA that we're not consistent with, basically. So we just want to make sure that the message that we are giving in each of our divisions has some commonality, and they're not just completely foreign to one another.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let me jump back to the presentation. So, all right, we'll come back to education. Before we close out, we'll go back over all the open offices. Agriculture department, is there anyone here that would like to step up to lead our agriculture department? Brother Cornelius has been in that position. He's not here today. Is there anyone that would like to do that? Okay, we'll come back to that as well. Open. Moving forward, our Black Cross nurses. Anyone that was previously that was held by Sister Erica, she is not here. Is there anyone that would like to hold the position of our leadership of Black Cross nurses? And also keep in mind, leader of Black Cross nurses will be, is per the Constitution, it is our lady president, but we still have a coordinator of the Black Cross nurses. So is anyone that would like to be the official coordinator of Black Cross nurses for Division 421? Okay, going once, going twice. Okay. We'll keep moving. Corresponding secretary. Responsibility of corresponding secretary is basically to communicate out to our membership meetings as well as events and things like that. But basically, yeah, just letting our membership know what's going on and where we are. Anyone like to step up as corresponding secretary? No one, okay. Okay, division chaplain, spiritual advisor of our division. Does anyone like to serve as our chaplain? Got some recruiting to do. Anyone would like to serve as our membership office coordinator? Responsible basically for bringing in new members. Okay. Okay. No one for membership office. All right, keep it going. Legal Defense Committee, Attorney Imhotep had previously served in that position. I believe you did reaffirm that commitment. Is that still standing, Attorney Imhotep? Attorney Imhotep, are you there? You're on mute. Kicked out. People getting kicked out. Attorney Imhotep, are you there? Okay, keeping it moving. Our head of African Legion. Currently, Baba James is serving in that position. Is there anyone that would like to step up head of our African Legion? Someone say something?
I was just wondering what that was again.
No
Just
problem.
briefly.
No problem.
Yeah, excuse me, Brother John.
Yes,
Brother
Attorney
Imhotep
Imhotep.
here. Yeah, I
Yes,
just
sir.
found the mute button here. Yes, I'm still would like to run for the Office of Legal Defense Coordinator.
Thank you, Attorney Imhotep. I got you locked in. African Legion is basically our defense force. We have to be careful about how we discuss African Legion on social media and conference calls and open lines, but it's our defense arm of the UNIA. Office of African, Universal African Legion. Office of Universal African Legion is headquarters of Universal African Legion shall adopt and authorize a uniform system of training and discipline, which shall be used by all branches of legions wherever domiciled. African legions shall be established in the unit of each division or brigade, a quartermaster and staff who shall receive monies, collections, and deposits for uniforms. More information in the UNIA-ACL Constitution. But basically, the African Legion is our head of our defense arm. I believe it currently, based on the Constitution, that position has to be held by a male. But head of our defense arm at the end of the day.
Okay, thanks for the clarification.
No problem. Any brothers that would like to step up to that position? will challenge Baba James.
Hey, John,
Yes.
yeah, I got a question. I don't know for somehow I got kicked out the meeting, just got picked back in. I had a question for the community outreach. Is anyone in that position?
Community outreach.
Yeah.
I hadn't
Oh,
gotten there.
you
I
haven't got to it yet.
yet.
Okay, my fault.
I'm gonna be there in just a moment.
All right.
Okay, Office of our Elders, Elders Coordinator, trying to get our elders together. Obviously, I would expect the individual that has a position to be an elder, but anyone that would like to be our Elders Coordinator.
Brother President John, what are, you got the duties of the coordinators of the elders?
Yes, sir.
You let us know.
Office of, let me share proper. Office of the Elders advises Division 421 executive on important issues of concern. It's like an office of counselors. Works with the membership office committee to contact all members of Division 421 to invite them to the division functions. So it's basically like, just like we have our youth division that would coordinate our youth. The elders is the same thing, help coordinate our elders. And if, you know, our executive body needs guidance, we would lean to our elder committee for that guidance. But it's basically organizing our elders.
I would volunteer for that, Brother John.
Oh, wow. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Brother Orman.
Since I am an elder.
Thank you, thank you. I think you'd be great for that, Brother Orman. You are well established in the community, well known. I think that would be a great position.
Thank you.
All right. And Brother Orman, yeah. Let me get through this, and then once we finish, I'll share some comments and things. So that's our elders office, promotions office. Basically propaganda, when we have events, promoting the events, helping us with flyers. It's also had a big impact, or had a big tie to social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Currently, our brother James has been holding this position, but he's not here. Is there anyone that would like to have this position or assist this position?
I can help assist.
You can assist.
Yes.
Okay, and you've been helping Brother Camardo. I appreciate that.
Yep.
So I'm gonna, for now, I'll just leave this as Camardo James. Okay. UNIA-ACL Constitution Office. Basically responsible to make sure our members, it's fairly straightforward, but it's also a lot of responsibility in the back. Up front, it's fairly straightforward. It's just making sure we have enough constitutions in the office and making sure each member has a constitution. That's the general responsibilities, but on the back end, we would expect that individual to be our constitutional expert as well. So you would be in close contact with our second vice president, who is our also our constitutional committee coordinator, in a sense, based on the Constitution, as well as our legal defense committee coordinator. So it's the head of our Constitution department, in a sense. Anyone like to volunteer for that position? Okay. Is that open? Youth department, any youth on or anyone? I think maybe Sister Ebony may be the closest one to a youth on here. Brother James has been helping us here as well. Is there anyone that is passionate about youth that would like to assist with our youth programs? I'm gonna put James there for now. Community outreach, Brother Camardo has reaffirmed, doing an excellent job. Might I say, we do, as I've said before, and I'll continue to say, we do need all hands on deck to support the events, but I think that's part of the issue with not having a fully staffed office, because Brother Camardo is doing a great job of having the events, promoting the events within his circle, but we're supposed to have an individual, specifically a corresponding secretary, so that when we say, hey, we're going to have Juneteenth, or no, we're going to have Marcus Garvey Day on the 19th of August, 2023 from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. And here's the flyer, we can hand that to a secretary or someone, and they can blast it out to social media, through text and through email, to let our membership know what's going on. So we're in a position right now where, as I said in the beginning, we have more activities than we have preparation. So a lot of times we're doing things and they're not necessarily being promoted or necessarily supported, but we are doing things. But then again, I mean, but that's where Garveyism, that's the beauty of Garveyism for me. When I came into the organization, and this is what Garveyism is about in essence, but this was before I realized it. A true Garveyite, sees what is needed for their people, and they step into that position to provide what is needed for their people. One of the things that I love about this, about our organization, is it eliminates the opportunity to criticize without participating. So if something, this is a perfect opportunity. If there's something that we're doing that we're not doing right, or we could do better, tonight is the perfect opportunity to step in and say, hey, this is the way I think we should do this. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I got a text. I got a text a little while ago, because y'all know, we send out the meeting invites on the day of the meeting. But again, we don't have a corresponding secretary. So a lot of these responsibilities roll up to one or two individuals. So things don't get done. We don't have time to send them out a couple days ahead because we're doing other things. But this person said, why do you announce this meeting on the day of? Some of us have lives, definitely need a few days to put this meeting on our calendar. This is so baffling to me because I know something blank well, we're smarter than this. For God's sake, who's in charge? So, as we all know, we've had our meetings on the second and fourth Sunday for years, 5 p.m. for years. That has not changed. And our ability to notify individuals comes down to one or two people. So when we do that, obviously that's a sign that we're strapped tight. If we want things to be done differently, now is the time to step up and make that happen. But the thing is, some of the things I don't understand is like church, everybody has church at the same time every Sunday. but nobody has to send out a message for you, to remind everyone to come to church. So I don't understand why, when it comes to our meetings like this, where we say we want to play a part and be involved in it, we continue to rely on the requirement that I need to be notified, well in advance. If that's the case, step in, take the position, and show us how it's done. But, that's neither here nor there. These are the positions that we have thus far. Somebody have a comment? Okay, let me finish up. So
Yes, John, President John, one second.
go ahead, Attorney Matep.
This is Aziza. President John, can you give me a little bit more on the corresponding secretary's duties?
Not a problem. 1 second. So, Office of, wait, what? No, that's not it. Second Lady Vice President. Corresponding Secretary. Responsibilities include contacts in advance via phone or email all members of Division 421 to partake in meetings and activities. So, the corresponding secretary should have a list of all members' phone numbers and emails, and at a certain time, I guess at least 24 hours to 48 hours prior to our meetings, they would send out an invitation, and hopefully we can have an agenda that we can attach to it at that time as well. But basically letting members know, hey, in a couple of days we're going to have our meeting. But in addition to that, also events. So we're supposed to be promoting events a month in advance. So once we have flyers for events, the corresponding secretary would send those out as well via email. And last year we did actual mail, and that's something that we're looking at is mail, but we need to get our mailing list more accurate before we make that an official process. So contacting members to let them know about meetings and events, respond to email inquiries made to Division 421 by interested individuals with a membership application, division brochure, and information on the division's meetings and activities. So corresponding with membership on our email, manage Division 421's contact from webpage form online. We don't have to worry about that right now. We don't have online forms. Assist the executive and recording secretaries in doing their job. So the corresponding secretary works in tandem with the recording secretary. As the recording secretary makes the records, those records should be sent out to our members on a regular basis. For those that could not attend the meetings, they can have the recorded minutes of the meetings. But again, that's the corresponding secretary working with the recording secretary. Works in the UNIA-ACL office. Don't worry about that. Organizes the folder. So basically all of our correspondence should be organized. Responsible for making sure each member of Division 421 receives an agenda of the weekly meetings before the meeting or immediately after the meeting is over. So as I said, we want to be in a position where we have agendas laid out ahead of time, and we can send that out before the meeting. And then after the meetings, whatever is discussed, whatever is voted on, we can have a record of that and share that with membership as well. So just basically a middle person between the division and our membership. And also, let me not skip this, responsible for attending the monthly parent body meetings with the Secretary General and reporting to the presidents of the division, the executive body, and the members on the operations of the secretarial matters of our government. So as I said, with the education department, with all of our departments, we should be connected to our parent body, and our secretaries also have that responsibility. Sister Aziza, does that answer your question? Oh, man, I was not sharing the right stuff.
Yes, that was very thorough. And I'm thinking I would like to apply for this position.
Okay, I like that. Thank you, Sister Aziza.
And Sister Aziza, if you ever need any someone to help you with making phone calls or anything else, I'll be more than willing to assist you.
Okay.
And my name is LaShanta Jones.
Oh, great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, financials. So we were on community outreach, financial secretary. Is there anyone that is interested in serving as our financial secretary? Or any questions about financial secretary? Very straightforward. Financial secretary is responsible for collecting our funds. Greetings, Benjamin. Financial secretary responsible for collecting our funds for members, making sure members are active. The financial secretary works closely with our treasurer. So the financial secretary would transfer those funds over to our treasurer and give a monthly report to our parent body and our executive body as to our funds that are going in and funds that are going out. This is a very important role, a very sensitive role as well. We haven't had, the last individual that we had in this role, did not do very well. They did the 6 month, they completed 6 months of training, but then after 6 months of training, they left. It's an important, critical position. Anyone wish to step up at this time? Okay.
So there is training for all the positions?
Yes, there is.
Oh, okay.
In regards to training, it's 3 forms of training. One would be parent body orientation. 2 would be Message to the People course of African philosophy. And 3 is on-the-job training with the division. So amongst the other executive officers. But there is a learning as you go expectation. So I don't want anyone to be overwhelmed by that or be expected to hit the ground running as soon as, after tonight is done. But all these officers will go through a process of training and development. Okay. All right, I'll move on to our Office of Arts and Culture. Does Office of Art and Culture interest anyone on the call? Okay. We'll leave that as open. And last is Recording Secretary. Anyone interested in the Office of Recording Secretary?
Brother John.
Brother Andrew.
Yes.
You
I'll continue as recording secretary.
You will continue as recording secretary.
Yeah, best of my ability.
All right.
I had a question.
Yes.
Is there a limit on how many? Committees you could serve on? Is there a limit? As 2, 3?
No, there's not a limit. There's not a limit on how many you can make a claim or desire to hold. However, if we are not able to hold those positions adequately, then we will, you know, the number of, they may be diminished.
And
So you can start out, you know, in 3 positions, but if we're not holding the responsibilities of all 3 of our positions, I, as president, will have to make an adjustment. How's this? Why can't I feel this?
Right, because, all right, so they're saying basically on paper, the maximum is 3, right? Even though you said there's no limit, but you would
I
advise.
wouldn't want to. Yeah, I wouldn't want anyone holding more than 3 positions.
All right, because I'd like to also volunteer for agriculture. It says it's open.
Agriculture.
Yeah, that's open.
Okay.
Is there any way I could assist Baba James to the African meeting?
Oh my gosh, I just lost power. Y'all there?
Recording in progress.